Check this out. In case you're confused at what kind of car it is, Dodge. This is a Powerwagon. We're going to take a close look at this thing this week in the garage. Well, today I'm looking at this incredible truck here, this big heavy-duty Dodge Powerwagon. I mean, I just love the name, Powerwagon. And that's what these things are all about. It's about the toughest, most rugged truck I can imagine. And I'm with David here, and it's got U.S. Navy logos on it. And it's gray. Can you tell me a little bit about this truck here?
Well, I found it about 25 years ago by accident, and I didn't really know what it was till there's a fellow back in Wisconsin that specializes in power wagons and Dodge trucks, and I sent him the serial number, and he said, Dave, if you don't want that truck, I'll come and get it.
And this is kind of unusual because this is you were telling me earlier, it's a 1-ton chassis?
It's a 3/4 ton truck, W200, but it's got 1-ton equipment on it, like a 9-foot bed. And it came with a flathead 6 engine and a 3 on the tree with a small 3-speed tranny, which is kind of unusual. You wouldn't find that in a 1-ton truck.
Yeah, and it's 4-wheel drive as well.
4-wheel drive. When you say power wagon, a lot of people think of the flat fendered versions, but they made a civilian style like this, I think from 57 on, for a few years.
And this truck was originally issued to the Navy?
It was one of 350 that was a contract and ordered with the special circumstances like I was describing. And then, as far as I know, there's only 3 left. One in Colorado, one in Texas. I don't know if they're restored or not.
Do you know anything about the history of this vehicle other than the fact that it was Navy?
It was in San Diego, Navy, and I think it was surplus to a school district, either Santee or El Cajon. And then they eventually wore it out, and a private person bought it, and he didn't need it anymore. He had bad health, and he gave it to my friend who didn't want it. Now he wishes he had it,
yeah.
But I got it from him.
What attracts you to the Powerwagon over like a Chevy or a Ford or something like that?
Well, I've always had Mopar cars and trucks, so and it was unique. And I said, well, I could do something with this, so I latched onto it. Back in 2004, I started tearing it down. That's how long I've been working on it.
Wow, well, you've done a beautiful job. You drive it around much? Well, this doesn't go very fast on a highway because of the gearing, right? Or has it been re-geared?
Well, no, it's original. 50 is pushing it, so yeah. It's not meant to be a speed wagon.
It's a power wagon, folks, not a speed wagon.
Right behind you, there's a big winch, and it runs off the PTO, so it'll pull a stump over.
Yeah.
And 4x4 with high and low, so it's got a lot of torque.
Yeah, I got a brush guard on the front and everything. It's just looks so tough and rugged, and it is. But I just there's something about these things that just I just love them.
Yeah, I noticed it gets a lot of attention today here at the show. People never see anything quite like it. Maybe it's a navy gray too.
Yeah, it is quite striking. It's kind of a dull finish too, and that's how the Navy had them. They didn't have a high gloss finish, right, for a different reason.
In fact, I found a fellow who did work for the Navy in San Diego, because it's a hard time finding a good paint shop, and he worked doing paint for the Navy. He repaired fiberglass antennas and drones and targets, and they're all painted this color on the ships. So I said, well, can you do that in a car? He said, let me show you something. And he had this immaculately restored Chevy. And I said, you can do it, would you? And he took it on.
Yeah, it's good. I assume they probably didn't want high gloss.
No, semi-gloss.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great looking truck.
It looks like a primer, but if you feel it's real smooth and soft.
Yeah. Well, I just had to take a look at this truck. I had to share this with everybody. You just don't see power wagons of this vintage very often. I've never seen one in Navy livery like this. Just a fantastic truck. Thanks so much for showing us your truck here.
Well, thank you for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it out. And we'll catch you next time in the garage.